Well, good morning, everybody. It's me, Mitch, and I'm sitting out here and watching what is dominating everything down here in Florida right now, and that is this huge, huge storm. Welcome to Morning Coffee with Mitch. It's Wednesday, September 25th. Dogbert and I are sitting out here contemplating what's dominating the news here in Florida, in fact, in the southeast United States. Got to hand it to the Weather Service. Oh, sorry. Drink it if you got it. I'm sitting here contemplating what's dominating the news and what's on the minds of most people in the entirety of the southeast United States today. I'm not just talking about Florida. I'm talking about the southeast. This thing is going to just wreak havoc on Georgia, Tennessee, Kentucky. It's going to create massive rainfall. And even as it goes up into the southeast, there probably won't be a ton of wind damage, although there'll be some. But as usually happens in these major Gulf storms that hit around the Big Bend of Florida, it takes years and years to recover. We're still recovering from storms from a few years ago. This is nothing new. This is just part of living in Florida. I've been living in Florida for over 50 years, and I've seen some whoppers, and I'm used to it. The good news for me is that the storm is going to be 150 miles or so west of me. But over here on the east coast of Florida, we are in what they call the dirty side of the storm, the side that brings all the big feeder bands in, and that's where the tornadoes happen. And we're going to have some relatively high winds here as this thing climbs up. And we have to get ready too. Now, I feel for the people that live up in the Big Bend, in the Tampa area. They're preparing for storm surge. And you just have to imagine that 8 feet of water. Look up, 8 feet. So if you're anywhere living around 8 to 10 feet above sea level, which so many of the coastal communities are sitting at 2 to 3 feet, 3 to 4 feet above sea level, you're going to be underwater. Some places may get higher storm surge. And if you've ever seen these pictures of what looks like a big lake with rooftops sticking out of it, that's kind of what some people may expect. They're going to have massive evacuations. The roads are going to be a nightmare. I just am very thankful that we had our meetup yesterday at ground zero for this hurricane, basically. I'm worried about my daughter who lives over in Tampa, but she's far enough inland that I'm sure she'll be okay. But it's going to be rough. It's going to be a very tense couple of days, looking out for tornadoes and everything else. And let's just all wish everybody in the path of this thing our best wishes. I'm going to make a video today, release it this afternoon, and take you through what I have to do and what my concerns are to prepare for this storm, because we have to prepare too. They're already cleaning out, even over here. We're going to get tropical force winds. We're going to get deluged with rain in these feeder bands. It's going to be no picnic for us over here. The good news, I don't think the winds are going to get strong enough to do any structural damage to my house. And that's my biggest worry. I live in they like to call it a modular home community. I call it a trailer park. And places like where I live tend to fare the worst in these storms. I am fortunate to have an older home, one of the better built ones, and I just got a new metal roof put on it because we had a tornado through here a year ago, May, that tore up my roof and the siding on one side of my house. I got all that replaced. I live in an area here in my community that's pretty high, and I'm not expecting any flooding. But I'm still concerned, and it does just disrupt our lives in a major, major way. We all have to kind of almost put our lives on hold. We're almost certain to have power failures. And I'm going to show you this afternoon how I prepare and how I'm ready for that. A lot of you have wished me the best. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. So that's the upcoming storm. Dogbird and I will most definitely survive. Hopefully there won't be any damage to anything that has to be fixed. And we'll go into the details. I'll go into the details this afternoon and kind of take you around with me and show you as I prepare for this thing. Fortunately, I don't have to do any shopping, and I'll talk about why not. I want to lighten this up a little bit here and do something I do sometimes and just talk to you about a comment that I got. I know. I don't know if you enjoy the comments that I get or you think I'm just complaining, but some of them are just puzzling. Here it is. Got it yesterday from a viewer that I don't recognize his name. I have no idea who this person is or where he was coming from or the point he was trying to make with this comment. I'm inclined to think he's just a troll. And, I sat and thought about it. Do I want to just hide the user? Well, I don't know. Maybe he was just trying to be funny. Maybe it's somebody that's a carnivore. I don't know. I have no idea who this is. The comment reads, "What part of the cow does coffee come from?" ? How would you take that? What part of the cow does coffee come from? It's a moronic comment. Everybody knows that coffee doesn't come from a cow. So it's more of a statement than a question. It's more of a statement. And I can read into it some troll or vegan telling me, "Mitch, you have no business talking about carnivore because you do consume something that comes from a plant, you dummy. Don't you know that coffee beans come from a plant?" So how do you answer something like this? How do you interpret what this person really meant? I didn't hear him say it, or her. I have no benefit of the inflection in their voice, whether it was pure and utter sarcasm, or it was just meant to be funny, or it was meant as a jab to me, or it was meant to basically call me a fraud. I don't know. I'm not going to take it in any of those ways. What I did was I just answered it. I did not give it a heart. I answered it with one word: funny. So my answer can be interpreted as many different ways as this question. And in trying to craft a clever answer to a moronic comment, I had some funny thoughts. I had some funny thoughts about how I might answer it. And I'm going to share one of them with you now because I didn't feel like writing a long reply with this answer. And my thought was this. I said, okay, this moron is accusing me of being a fraud because I'm not really a carnivore because I drink coffee like so many really legitimate carnivores do. And I'm not that much of a perfectionist, as you know, that I don't feel like I can benefit like I have from this carnivore lifestyle by drinking some black coffee, which has no carbs and no calories, which is my main concern. I think it's safe for humans to eat a certain amount of plants unless they lead to real problems. We've been doing it since the beginning of time. It's been our survival food. We're designed, we have the chemistry to metabolize so many of these things. So to say that you can't be a carnivore if you drink coffee is an absurd statement. It's an absurd, stupid statement, which makes it difficult for so many people who otherwise could do great on carnivore and solve all their problems because some fool, some moron told them, oh, you're not a real carnivore because you drink coffee. So I thought about this. I was going to answer him this, and let me try to talk you through it. I was going to say, everybody knows that coffee doesn't come from a cow. Silly. Have you ever heard the expression, Franks and beans? And have you ever heard that expression used as kind of a synonym for the male human anatomy? Somebody might say, oh man, I just got kicked in my Franks and beans. Have you ever heard that? Everybody's heard that. Well, let me tell you where coffee comes from. Coffee beans, contrary to popular belief, are not grown on plants. They're not. They don't tell you where the coffee beans come from because they know that people would be turned off and disgusted by it and they would not drink coffee. So the coffee industry, like so many other industries, has a tremendous propaganda campaign to hide the real source of where coffee beans come from. And I'm here to tell you, my moronic friend, that you are absolutely correct, that those beans don't come from cows. They come from squirrels, my friend. Coffee beans are, in reality, squirrels' testicles. Yes, you heard me. And in that respect, my friend, you're wrong. They are pure carnivore. Now, I didn't want to write all that out. It wasn't worth it, and this person wasn't worth it. But just to show you how my mind goes, that was my thought as to how to provide a snide and sarcastic answer to a moronic comment. But I just answered funny and let them guess what they meant, and it all depends on what they intended. So whatever they intended, my answer, funny, will have a certain meaning to them. And that's enough about that. But I thought I'd just talk about that because I was kind of proud of the answer to that question that I cooked up. Everybody knows, silly, that coffee doesn't come from a cow. So I'm sitting here. I have the sound turned off, but I am watching Fox Weather Channel on the TV, which is a no politics, no news, no local lawyer commercials, no car dealer commercials, just some silly as seen on TV gadget commercials, because it's a national, not local broadcast. And they do a pretty good job. They do a pretty good job. I don't get the Weather Channel because I don't subscribe to cable TV. And you can get Fox Weather on the internet. It's broadcast on the internet, and as so many other networks really do broadcast for free. You just have to watch their ads. And it's right now going to be all hurricane for the next 2 or 3 days. And we're all going to get through it. We are all going to get through it. I'm going to show you how I prepare as I do it today and put out a video. You might find it interesting. I think, although there is a pretty good chance we're going to have power failures, I just want to show you how I prep to be able to stay home and ride this thing out, not have to evacuate to some hotel. Stay off the roads, not go anywhere, not get in the way of those people, especially on the interstate, that are trying to evacuate to safer ground. And make sure that I can maintain my carnivore lifestyle, not want for anything, continue to have power so I can run my computers, I can keep doing my YouTube thing, and we'll all get through it and come out the other side. And like I said, let's all send, every one of us, if we can project positive thoughts and good wishes to the poor people that are going to have their lives completely upended. In one respect, we're happy it isn't us. That's just normal human nature. But it could be us. It could be us. And if it's going to be us, I'm sure we would want the best wishes and thoughts and concerns from everybody that's not going to be devastated like we might. I had a great day yesterday. We timed it right. We had our meetup. Didn't get involved in any of this. We timed it perfectly. That was great luck. Had a ball. Talked about this on my live stream last night. Again, I want to thank everybody that made an effort to come out. I think it's worthwhile doing. And I want to start doing these maybe every couple of months. It's not something you want to do every week, but trying to plan them. If anybody is interested in hosting a meetup in their area, even if I can't get to it, if you've got enough local carnivores, and I know that's a challenge to find them, and you want to have something like this, let me know. I'll publicize it for you. I'll try to get people to come to it so you can meet some local carnivores in your area. It's the greatest way to not feel like you're the Lone Ranger and get some support in your efforts. We come to this community of ours because support is so important. Support is so important. And attending this thing yesterday and just being around these people and feeling the positivity and seeing the successes, you don't get more support than that. And we don't have that. Alcoholics have a meeting everywhere, every day that they can go and tell their story. We don't have anything like that. I doubt we ever will. So the best we can do is support our own community. If they won't do it for us, we do it for ourselves. Many, many people in our community have come right out and said, don't expect them to save you. We know the problem. Save yourself. And that's what we're doing here. And it's working for us, for those of us that realize that what we're doing is indeed and most certainly the appropriate human diet. Hard to believe the weather's going to go to hell very shortly, later today. But for right now, I have the sun behind me, a very light breeze. It's relatively dry, a gorgeous, gorgeous morning. And I think before I edit and post this, I'm going to take my shoes off, go outside, wander around barefoot, take my glasses off, get some of that morning sun, and just enjoy the day. I'll see you later today and show you how I get ready for what's coming in this storm. I've been through these storms. I know what to expect. And in that way, hopefully, those of you who do care about me maybe will worry a little bit less. So, thanks for visiting. Thanks for coming. Thanks for having your morning coffee with me. Even though you now know the reality of where coffee beans come from, try to get that out of your mind and enjoy your coffee. I am. Take the rest of the day off and eat meat.